but that was my first time hearing about colorblind casting, which I've never done because I'm more like, well, actually, like if you just let someone be black and have the world actually treat them the way they would treat them if they were black, like the story becomes infinitely more interesting.
There are three key twists at the heart of Nia DaCosta's Hedda adaptation, and you've probably already clocked the first one. It's gay, and you may have thought for a moment about the second one. Two of the main characters are now black, and this was not done by accident.
And that was how I came into Hedda, knowing that Tessa would be my Hedda in an ideal world. I immediately wrote her as black mixed race. And that became a part of Hedda's struggle. Like her father, General Gobbler, is white and prominent in society, and her mother is black, and we never hear about her. Hedda never talks about her, and that's intentional.
But there is a third twist, a twist that adds to the first two twists and provides intense amounts of context and raises the stakes of the entire piece. It's set in 1950.
I think the time in general, the sort of, early 50s, there was a lot of internal friction, and you see that in the evening, expressed in the evening. There's academia on one end and then the bohemians on the other end, and I think Hedda is someone who has a lot of sort of warring desires and ambitions inside of her.
The original play, of course, was not set in the 1950s. It is considerably older than that. The fact that the film is set in the 1950s, two of the main characters are black, and three of the main characters are gay women, cannot be overlooked. This was a decision Nia DaCosta made on purpose.
And it doesn't have to be a movie about race or a movie where we're instructing, frankly, mostly white people about race, It can just be a movie about a person, and their race obviously influences it because that's part of who they are.
I was actually in the room for this In Conversation with Tessa Thompson and Nia DaCosta, and I remember thinking how astute it was to raise the stakes that way. I think a lot of films right now cast diversity for the sake of it and don't think about how that diverse casting can raise the dramatic stakes of the piece. Nia DaCosta, you will always be famous.
I want people to think about their own animals and think about their own restrictions, and especially the self-imposed ones. Because so much of Hedda's struggle is her self-imposed restriction. And also, I think everyone in the movie is trying to attain agency and power, but really what they want is to be free, and that's something I think about a lot, is like, what does freedom look like?